Alright, everyone. Okay. Thank you. Welcome everybody to like the true finale. The timer reset on my end too. Okay. Thank you for the heads up on that. Ooh, that would have been bad. Yeah, it did generate the 12-hour stream on my end now. I guess I have to wait more than like 2 seconds before restarting the stream, or else it just reads it as like a dropped stream, or you know what I mean. So anyway, welcome to the true finale. We've had some technical hiccups, but I promise this is the last one. God, make this tangent right here. Getting lazy over here. Like I won't rotate the canvas. It's going well. This is the last monster. So it was my wife's birthday yesterday, right? And I got her a Filipino cookbook. And by got her a Filipino cookbook, I mean I got myself some Filipino meals coming. She likes cooking though, so it's all good. I know I've been saying this a lot today, but I fucking appreciate all the lurks and the subs. You guys were subbing when I had silent streams, silent work streams. And I wasn't talking. And I was zombified, like Bones. This drawing didn't stand a ghost of a chance. God damn it, all those clean Exodia lines. Gotta get rid of all those. I took all this effort to draw this foot, and it's hidden behind Dark Magician. Pepper, go lay down. Pepper, no. Gunter, no. We're on the edge of greatness right now. Don't interrupt this. Oh, my dog has to go use the restroom. We're so close. All right, everyone. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to save it. And then when I get back, I'll make backup copies of the file, but I have to take my dog out really quick. So until we get back and finish this last monster, you all can ogle, the Buster Blader. Be right back. Okay, we've returned. Now. This is like the most lit up my office has been in like weeks. How many hours today? Well, we just ended a 12-hour stream, and now we started a second one where we are 13 minutes deep. How are you doing? This is the last monster. Funny story. I thought we were done, right? Because I was like, oh, I did everyone. I ended with the Dark Magician, like Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. We did it. And then somebody on Instagram sent me a DM, and they're just like, hey, oh, I love the Yu-Gi-Oh drawing. Are you planning to add Dark Magician of Black Chaos? And I was like, fuck, I missed them. So then we came on stream, and I was just like, all right, everyone, I need you to help me out. Let's find some monsters that I missed. We found 3 that I missed. So, you know, I added them in, and this is the last one. This is the last monster, yeah. What did I get my wife? So, for my wife's birthday yesterday, I got her a Filipino cookbook because she wants to learn how to cook Filipino food, and I want to eat Filipino food. She's from the South, so she's actually really good at cooking. So every time she's done a Filipino dish, it's a little different, naturally, but it's always really good. So I got her a cookbook. Before she used to have to like fumble online and try and find recipes, but it's hard to find a recipe for a dish that you don't know of, right? So I just got her a cookbook. I also got her what else I get her? Oh yeah, I got her some coloring books, some adult coloring books, not like adult themed coloring books, like, you know, if you get a coloring book for kids, it's just like, here, color Elsa, right? This is just like full landscapes. She actually, I have a set of Prismacolor, like really expensive Prismacolor colored pencils that I don't fucking use ever. And likes to play around with them. So I like just gave her something to keep her busy so she can use my pencils. And then I made homemade Reuben sandwiches. For dinner. My first time making homemade Reubens. They're pretty fucking good. Alright, it's time to commit. There's some Exodia lines. See, this layer says lines in all capital letters. That's the main file with all the line art. Gonna commit and erase all the lines that are underneath Magician of Black Chaos. Coloring this monster shouldn't take that long. How did it decide the layout of monsters? You see, Luster Soldier didn't make the true effort shading cut. Oh, I can get into my whole process of how I decided where to place everybody, how I placed everybody, who made the cut for the high detail work. Here, let me get all the line art cleaned up, and then I'll zoom out, and then we'll talk about the composition and stuff for this. Is that good? Well, we'll find out when we color. Oh, hold on. Nope. All right, is that it? Cool. So now I'll merge the new Magician of Black Chaos line art into the layer that has all the lines on it. Then I'll make a backup copy of that layer, just in case some crazy shit happens. So a majority, you see how I have so many layers? A majority of these are actually just backups in case some shit happens. Oh, Dark Paladin. Very influenced by his diffusion wave motion attack. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about composition here before we start coloring. So you see on the over here, Blackluster Soldier, Beta the Magnet Warrior, Beaver Warrior on the right side. So they're considered foreground characters. I have the shading on them, which I'm still gonna tweak. Like the shading on them is really dark, because I want them to appear like they're closer to us, right? So it's kind of a way of like framing the shot. So because you see how harsh the shadows are on them. Yeah, that's like kind of a way to help frame the shot. You're like, oh, well, that's the foreground, because you want a foreground, a background, and then the middle is going to be where the focus is. So let's start with the foreground. It's on Kaiba's side, it's Enraged Battle Locks. You can see them up top. And then Chaos Emperor Dragon, and then Vorse Raider. Yugi side is Beta, Blackluster, and Beaver Warrior. And I think I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive with their shading, but again, that's stuff I'm going to have to do in post-production. That way, like, they'll separate themselves from the rest of the drawing, and it looks like they're up closer, okay? So that's how I frame it. And so they are not getting the full coloring detail that the Ace monsters get, because I want them to you know, like frame the shot, but I don't want them to have a bunch of attention on them. So you see they only have like one color of shading on them, but I put a lot more detail in the shading, okay? So the foreground characters, only a single color, but I'm doing a lot with them. I'm putting a lot of detail in, see, like Blackluster Soldier's helmet, there's a lot of detail in there, but it's just one color. Now, we'll hop into the background characters, which is basically everyone else, except for like their ace monsters. You see how they're also just single color shaded, but they're nowhere near as detailed. And that the opacity on the shading layer for them is turned down to like 50%. So it's, see how the contrast to like Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, it's nowhere near as aggressive as the contrast on the foreground Battle Locks. Yeah, so basically I wanted to give them some shading, but I don't really want you to pay attention to them. They're more of like filler, right? They're used to fill the negative space. Now, when we're talking about the middle ground, which is all the ace monsters, so with Kaiba, it's the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. For Yugi, it's Buster Blader, Red Eyes, Dark Magician, and Dark Magician Girl. They got the full treatment, as you could see, right? So when I start in post-production, when I start doing the balancing with the contrasts, with just the shadows, the foreground characters are going to be very, very highly contrasted, really dark, again, to frame it. And then the background characters, they'll be there to fill in the space, and they're highly detailed, but they're not going to pull attention. And then there's going to be a couple of characters that have a lot of detail, and that's where all of your attention is going to go. That was my thought process behind where I was placing everybody, how I was going to shade everyone. And if you look in my layer set over here, this is this folder, like I have the colors here on one layer, and then each of the foreground, background, and then the middle all have their own individual layer of shading. That way I could toggle the opacity. Because if I keep them all on one layer, you can't really do that. So that's why I have them separated. That's it. And you know, this is, you know, I want this to look like a poster. So there's a lot of things in regards to like, you know, certain things aren't going to make sense. Like the light source is smack in the center right there. That's the light source. So basically, so you can see all the characters. So because I knew I wanted the light source in the center, because all of my past drawings have just had that quarter angle light source, so it was kind of boring to look at, right? So I was just like, well, what's something more interesting? I was like, well, if I have the light source dead center, then that means all the monsters up top, they're going to have that underlighting. So because I knew they're going to have the underlighting, which, you know, looks kind of like devious, I wanted to put the god cards up there. I wanted to put Exodia up there, right? I wanted to put the cool monsters up top so that you can get that underlighting. And then I could put the main characters. Here's what I thought. Because Kaiba's taller, he's going to catch some of that underlighting, which will make him look, you know, more aggressive and more dastardly. But using that same light source, because Yugi's shorter, he's getting that 3/4 angle lighting, which is, you know, kind of basic, but it doesn't, you know, it'll still work. It still makes sense in the drawing. And then all these other characters all these other monsters that are just kind of whatever, they're just catching the light at whatever angle it hits them at. So you could see where the light is hitting is kind of rotating along with it in a circle. Is my line art for each monster on separate layers? No. Actually, the rough drafts are all on individual layers. But the actual line art, like the finished line art, no, everything's on one layer. Now when I'm drawing a new monster, I'll draw that new monster on its own layer, but then I'll merge it downwards into the layer that has all the lines. Whoops. Yeah, I hope that makes some sense of how I decided to lay out this drawing and everything that's involved. You know, like, not talking down on any of my past collage pieces, right? But a lot of them were just kind of like, here's some art, like, here's some characters, whatever. Like, I didn't think, like, I thought about the composition and layout, right? But I didn't think about other things like lighting, you know, like, and we talked about the color palette earlier. And I have to go, not like leave, I have to go take care of something, which will take about like 1 minute at 1 o'clock. So like 2 minutes. But so like we were talking about the color palette on this one. You see how it's pretty desaturated, honestly, right? Well, that's because like when a light source is really strong, the parts that are catching light tend to look a little desaturated because it's essentially like you're putting white on top of it, so it looks like the brightness is turned all the way up, which makes it look desaturated. So instead of having to do that in post-production, I just kept that in mind as I was as I was just putting the flat colors in general, because I wanted a really high aggressive light source, high contrast. So all these kinds of little things. So like, look at Yugi. He's pale as fuck, right? There's like green in his hair. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, and then when we come back, we will finish this. Ignore that song, that's not the goodbye song. All right, I have returned. What was the question? Hold on, let me read that. What was the reason for the flat colors being desaturated? Yeah, it's like if I wanted that, because it is just to skip a step in post-production, but it's also I don't want to lose focus along the way. So like if I start using regular color, like regular saturated colors, maybe I'll, you know, kind of mess things up, you know, like, yeah, it's mainly just to keep things consistent. I want to do, you know, like when you're doing any kind of artwork, you don't want to be like, well, I'll just fucking take care of it in post, right? Like, while you can do that, you should still try to be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna, like, I'll at least try to make it look right as I go through it on the original pass, you know? That wand is all wonky. That's no good. That's no good. It just needs to, like... Fucking Karibo's in my way. You may hate me as a duelist for this, but I don't remember which Karibo brother is named which. Look, if I can't remember my own niece's names, right? Don't expect me to remember which Karibo brother is which. That's a real thing, by the way. Like, I know their names, but like, I see them like once a year, right? So how am I supposed to fucking remember which one is which? They're all born like within like 2 or 3 years of each other. You know what I mean? I'm just like, come on. And in that same sense of like, you don't want to have to rely on post-production to get it looking the way you want. If you're capable of just doing it right away, it could go the other way too, where, you know, you can try to keep it to how you envision the final piece already. And if you don't like it, you got Photoshop to fucking heighten the saturation and change it around, you know? So... You stop caring who's who. I never said I cared. I just said it's what it is. And then we'll play around with the line weight once it's all colored in. Three loops, and then on the opposite side of the gem, so it should go downwards. Okay. And they don't remember me either. How about that? No, they actually do remember me. My nieces are like fucking smart. There's one thing I remember about them is they're hella smart. They're wicked smart. Not bigger. And then when we're all done here, I do want to do a tour. You guys interested in seeing a tour of the whole drawing to see everything? And if you do see some errors, you can point them out to me. So it's partially to show off, it's also to proofread. Alright, so the wand is done. Or the staff, rather. Let's merge down all these layers into one. Just commit. A proper tour guide. I'll hire Exo to make a tour guide of the underworld VTuber for me. You have different titles for aunts and uncles in your country, but depending on what side of the family it's on. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you see them like, if you're lucky once a year, if you're lucky. Alright, let's get to the colors. I have one layer here that has all the colors on it, which is why I couldn't move the Karibos around, because fuck all that. And now let's turn off all these layer masks to make life easier. So what I actually like to do is I like to color pick existing colors. And maybe toggle it a little bit. But I want to take colors that already exist in the drawing it just makes life, I don't know, it just makes it feel a lot more balanced. And all I know is that the Magician of Black Chaos shares Yugi's colors. So I'm gonna color pick off of Yugi for this one. Actually, that's his dark colors. I want this color. Makes the palette much better. Yes, it does. And besides, once you find a color that works, why not, right? Just fucking keep it. Now the belts will be a different color. Yugi has some grays on his body, and we'll color pick from that. I don't know if you have ever thought about this or noticed, but Duelist Kingdom Yugi, his whole outfit just looks like the Magician of Black Chaos. I don't know if anyone has ever noticed that. I always thought that was weird. I'm like, no, I didn't notice that because I'm not a fucking nerd, Chris. Actually, the smart thing to do is that. Just color pick from the fan art. Will he get the spot black treatment is the question, because every Magician of Black Chaos appearance, he's one of those monsters where you're like, it doesn't look right without the spot blacks. Like Buster Blader is like that. If you don't put those black the black portions, it just doesn't look right, because that's just how you've always consumed, you know, that's how you've always visually consumed that monster. So if you don't have it in there, sometimes it doesn't look right. I don't want to, because that's so much more fucking work, but if we have to, I will. It's like raising a kid. I'm actually on the fence about doing that. The reason I don't want to put life points on the dual disc is simple. I feel like it'll be distracting. I don't have any letters or numbers or any characters in this drawing at all. I mean, the Crush Card Virus has that on it, right? But I mean, it's so small. But like, to put life points on the dual disc, it'll be like bright white, and I don't know. I feel like it'll be distracting, so that's why I am currently leaning against it. But I honestly haven't decided yet. We'll color pick everything from Yugi. Oh. Why didn't I do the yellow first? And again, if this doesn't work out, we'll just make our own color. Is that the only non-monster card in there? The Eye of Timaeus is in there. Technically not a monster. Fang of Critias is in there as well. Not monster. What color am I? Oh, gray. What the fuck was I doing? What do I get gray for? What do I need this shit for? So in regards to the pink, right there, Yugi's hair. Yeah, it's not just me, right? That seems like it would be distracting to have life points in there. Oh, I hella messed up. It's because I'm using different reference pictures. I have 3 images. One is of Dark Magician of Chaos, one is of Magician of Black Chaos. They're different monsters, but I mean they should have the same design. But I have 2 images from the anime, one from the card, and they all look different. All their designs are different. So, yo, thank you for the raid. We're about to finish this massive Yu-Gi-Oh drawing today. This Magician of Black Chaos is the last one that we have, and then it's over. 26 days and 250 hours later, it's fucking over. Thank you for the raid. Might be able to go see my wife finally after a month. Hope everyone's doing well. We don't need life points when there's no point to life. What am I using for reference windows? I'm using Pure Ref. It's free. Pure Ref is fucking awesome. Here. For those who don't know about Pure Ref. Yeah, basically, for those who don't know what Pure Ref is, it will always stay on top, and then you could drag like image files onto it, and you could move them around. You could zoom in. You could have it like click to fit, and you could put a ton on here. You could just put a shit ton on here. Wrong layer. We're gonna do a proper tour of the whole drawing once I finish coloring our last monster here. No, I'm using Clip Studio Paint. Oh, fucking wrong layer again. Clip Studio Paint comes with the color wheel. Photoshop, I have Coolerist for Photoshop. I'm just not using that right now. I have like a really old version of Coolerist because I got it like right when it came out back in the day, like way back in the day. And I'm sure there's a new version of it. I have whatever the old one is. Now it's subscription. Oh hell no, that sucks. Get Clip Studio. It has it built in. I hope PureRef is still free with how everything's going subscription service now. I'm one of those paranoid, because I'm primarily a traditional artist, so I'm one of those paranoid digital artists who locks every layer that I'm not using because I don't trust myself. It slows down the workflow, but it removes danger. Well, what was everybody working on? But also, it's that time of the stream. If we have any artists in the stream, I'm more than happy to, like, if you guys drop links to either your Instagram or your ArtStation or your DeviantArt or whatever. Like, you don't need any permissions or anything. Just go for it. That's too dangerous. Oh, I forgot there are hoops around the bottom of the staff. Thank you for dropping the IG link. Some people are shy, so I appreciate it. Oh yeah? Yeah, I'm looking forward to Fanime. Wait again. I already got you. What am I doing? Alright, so there are little hoops around the bottom of the staff. Tangent. Gotta avoid tangents. I have avoided making a tangent in this entire drawing. Anytime I did one, you know, with this many characters, naturally you're gonna kind of do that, right? I've readjusted characters in almost entire positions because I couldn't get them to fit next to some of them. I couldn't get some of them to fit next to each other without creating a tangent. So there were some monsters that I just readjust, like I created a whole new pose for them because I was just like, no, I can't do this. It's gonna drive me fucking crazy. Yeah. This is the last Yu-Gi-Oh stream, by the way. We're gonna get back into the sketchbook and doing traditional art. I actually have a lot of work that we're doing with Copic marker, which is really cool. It's like my dream come true, doing work with Copic marker. We'll be doing some of that basically right when we're done with this. Block that later. Been watching the progress. It's been awesome watching the progress. Would love to pre-order, but can't afford the high shipping. Oh yeah. You know, I put a flat rate on the shipping. Sometimes it costs more than what I put. Sometimes it costs less, but it's just easier on me to just put a flat rate. You know, sometimes I eat a couple dollars out of my end. Sometimes I pocket a couple dollars. I'm just like, it's just easier this way. Again, I know I said this already, but we've been working on this this is our 26th consecutive day working on this. We've clocked before, what are we at now? 250 hours of work on this, give or take. And I know that for a lot of it, I had the stream silent and some of y'all were still supporting, you know, so I really fucking appreciate that. Yeah, you know, it's, and again, I know that you know, for whatever is going on with DeviantArt now, y'all know that the thing that really set us up for success here on Twitch was when, you know, I was in that program with DeviantArt, and you know, they're the ones who hooked it up with Elgato, which opened up the floodgates to, you know, other sponsors. And yeah, so I got to give a shout out to DeviantArt for all the support they gave when we had the DeviantArt Collective program, which is dissolved now, but I mean I don't see it. Your IG link? Maybe put it, but don't put it as a hyperlink. Just put your at. Except don't put at, because it might block it. Just put the letters. You know, I work at a standing desk, right? And my ankles are swollen. My left foot, because that's the one I put the most pressure on, is like, it's like crazy swollen. It's like a balloon. Oh my god. I could taste the end of the drawing. Now I don't know if we're gonna have to give him the spot black treatment. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, let's save it now that the flats are done. We'll turn on all these mask layers. Save it, and then we gotta make backup copies of the file in case some crazy shit happens. Is it Max? I got you. Alright, so while it's saving, let me take care of my dogs real quick. I ain't going anywhere, alright? Just gonna flicker this on and off. In case I bend over and take care of my dogs, I want you to see my graveyard. Someone asked, I have really good saving habits. The most I've ever lost was 10 hours of work. I was working on the Pokemon drawing. For those who here has not seen my other projects. So, like I said, I'm primarily a traditional artist, but I do sell artwork at conventions. And when I go to conventions, I don't like to bring my original concept stuff anymore. I'm there to make money, so I make fan art. So anytime we do digital art, I have a couple of projects like this. I have one for Dragon Ball, Pokemon, League of Legends, Overwatch, Rick and Morty. You know, I have a Marvel vs. Capcom one, but yeah. So I was working on the Pokemon piece, and I had lost 10 hours. And ever since then, not only do I save it very frequently, but I make backup copies of my files, of my working files. I have my boot drive, which is the one that we have the file on that we're working on, is it's an M2, you know, so it's like the fastest that you can get. And then I have 2 SSDs that are installed in my computer, and I make back. Not like what, I don't know if you can see my windows up here, but those 2 SSDs I'm copying the files to that. And then at the end of a session, so like when we're done for the day, I have 2 HDDs, so like slower but bigger hard drives that I will make a copy to those. I don't like making the copies onto the HDDs like while we're streaming, because even with how strong my computer is, copying onto those, I mean, the file itself is like 1.5 gigs, and to copy that over just takes fucking forever. So, and it slows shit down. So that's why I wait till the end of the session to go onto the HDDs. Oh, so when it comes to shading, I'm using a cool color to shade Kaiba and a warm color to shade Yugi side. Where's the light source? I'm using a center light source. So I just made little circles in the I made circles in the center to just help remind me where my light is coming from. Yeah, they have super slow write speed, which is why I don't do them while we're in the middle of working, because it will slow us down too much. I mean, making backup copies to 2 solid states should be good enough, you know, while you're working. Yeah, we may have to give him the spot black treatment. There are some monsters that just don't look right unless you give them the spot black treatment. God damn it, we're right there. This is the universe just testing me. For those who just joined in, I thought I was done with this earlier today, and then somebody on Instagram pointed out that I was missing the Magician of Black Chaos, and I was just like, fuck. So then we came on stream, and I was just like, I need you guys' help. Like, can you guys try and find some monsters that I missed? And we found 3 that I missed, so it's just like, I thought I was done. You know? This is just that again. Yo, I cannot wait to see what this looks like in physical form. Physical print. I promise you, like even these ones here, like the Pokemon, here's the League of Legends one, they look nice here on screen. Bro, the physical versions of them are like so nice. So I cannot wait to see what this looks like in physical form. I have Wadapon, yes. If there are any monsters that you want to just throw out that you think I might have missed or overlooked, fucking do it. Just throw them out there. Like, if any, like, you're not gonna annoy me with it. If anything, it helps. Nobody remembers, but once it was pointed out, we remember. And now that it was pointed out, if I don't put Battle Steer in there, we're always gonna be like, yeah, but Yugi used Battle Steer against Kaiba in episode 1. I believe, did he put it in defense mode and it got killed by Sagi the Dark Clown?
Live Tunes!
These dead pixels.
やっぱ最後の空港ということでね、全部連れてきたい。やってくぞー、空港！
Again, so this is considered a background character. I have, for those who weren't around for when I broke down the composition to this, I have it separated between among like ace monsters, which are what I consider to be like the middle ground characters who are near Yugi and Kaiba. They have like full detail on their designs. And then I have foreground characters who they're shaded a bit darker to look like they're closer, but I'm using them to help frame the image for composition's sake. And then everyone else I consider as background characters. So I'm not going to go super hard on the details. Whoops. We're not going to go super duper hard on the details with him just because I consider him a background character. And we actually don't want excessive details on him because we don't want too much attention pulled towards him. Oh, he's getting that underlighting, that menacing underlight, which you can't really see. Because I have the contrast settings on the background characters pretty mild. Feral Imp is in there, yes. Feral Imp and Horned Imp. Yeah, Wadapon's in there. Actually, Wadapon is right near Yugi. Also, this is like a Tem. This is a Tem's deck. So I don't have little Yugi's monsters. Like I don't have Marshmallow in here. I don't have Blockman. I don't have Gandora in here. Gotta draw the line somewhere. Yeah, we're gonna have to put spot blacks on him. He just does not look right. I know that we're using that lighter blue, but even if we didn't have that lighter blue, if we made it darker, which we might have to do, it still wouldn't look right. Fuck. Yugi has a God damn it. Because we color picked these from Yugi. We'll figure it out. This is like the least of our problems right here. Everything we've been through with this drawing. I say we because you guys got to hang out here the entire time and watch me struggle to stay awake. Also, I must plug that pre-orders for this print are available right now. If you it's going to be a discounted pre-order up until the end of the week. So if you buy it during the pre-order time period, not only do you get it discounted, but it also comes with a either a Blue Eyes White Dragon or a Dark Magician. I'll just pick randomly. I'll sign it, and that'll be included with the print. And if we can get to 50 total pre-orders, I will get a Yu-Gi-Oh tattoo. And if the artist allows me, I'll stream it. I mean, I was gonna get the tattoo regardless, but if we do it this way, then I could write it off on my taxes, so. What am I gonna get? I'm gonna get the Dark Magic Circle. You know, the circle that's behind Dark Magician and, oh, here. That circle? I'm gonna get it as a band around my forearm. I mean, I'm gonna do it and say anyway, right? But it's more fun this way. We'll do the tax workaround if we have to, but until then, we'll have fun with it. Hope everyone had a good weekend. We might just have to not color pick from Yugi and just get like a desaturated purple or something. Because I really don't want to put the spot blacks on him because that's like too much detail. He's gonna really stand out if you do that. Because the only ones who have like who I've incorporated spot blacks into like heavily are the ace monsters. See all the blue eyes? Which I'm really happy with how those blue eyes came out. And then like Buster Blader and like red eyes, you know? Nobody else has it. So it just wouldn't work. We're just gonna have to darken the color a little bit. I appreciate everyone for having some patience with this drawing. I know that this drawing has completely hijacked the live streams. I know that a lot of them have been silent, and I mean, like, I'm doing my best over here, so I appreciate everyone for being patient with me while we fucking get through this. People already ask me what's the next one I'm gonna do. I'm just like, ask me in December. I hear Rise is good. Fucking Curry Bandit. Out of the way. We're on the edge of greatness and completion right now. Has anyone seen, again, this, as somebody who used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, in real life competitively hardcore, I don't know who here followed all the way till Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, but at one of the national competitions, I can't remember what year, they had the voice actor for Yusei, who's the protagonist in 5Ds, and the voice and Dan Green, the voice actor for Yugi. They had them voice a live duel. It was a scripted duel. So it was like a show. Like they had pre-organized the decks, and they were voice acting super dramatically to these guys who were playing the scripted. It was fucking cool. Yeah. So anyone who's a big Yu-Gi-Oh nerd, if you haven't seen that, it's fucking bad, dude. If you type Yugi versus Yusei, you'll be able to see somebody recorded it. I think it was at a nationals. No spoilers for Guardians. I've heard mixed things, but I haven't been spoiled for anything in there, but I've heard mixed things about it. All I know is that's like the last Marvel property that I'm currently kind of still interested in, and it's almost like a sense of obligation where I just want to see how they wrap it up. So the final step in these big projects is after I make sure everything is like a-okay, I flatten it all into one layer, right? And then that one layer, I will go in like a traditional painting. After everything's flattened together, I'll go in like from edge to edge, and I'll do little cleanup work with, you know, not dealing with a bunch of layers. It's all just one big image at that point, right? And that's basically the final step. So even though we finished the shading and everything on here, I have a little bit of like cleanup. That's mainly prep for printing. We don't need to do that on stream. So like dead pixels, like that little thing in the corner. Yeah, I'll deal with all that stuff when I do the sweep. This project got you so many channel points. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Some of you must be sitting on some crazy channel points because I know a lot of you were lurking like the whole time the whole 26 days that we were working on this. Some of you were here the whole time. I know because a lot of like you would say, "Hey, I'm going to lurk by," and then just leave it on like every stream. Holy shit, I didn't even think about that. Channel points? You mean Shinji tears? We're like right there. I mean, we are gonna have to change the color of this blue that I have on him, but that's nothing. I'll just pull something off the color wheel. It doesn't matter. He's a background character. It doesn't matter. $131K? So final call, if there are any monsters you think I missed, now's the time. Before I get my hopes up again and be like, oh, we're done. Can you imagine how I felt earlier where I was just like, oh my god, we're finally done, yes! I even told my wife. And she was just like, oh, thank god, finally. Now we could like see each other after like a month. And then someone on Instagram, hey man, what about this? Fuck! I'm not gonna tell my wife anything until I'm 1,000,000% sure that we done, like done. 'And then little effects like, you know, there's a lot of glowing orbs. You know, let's just do that right now. Okay, so all we have to do is change his color. Lock everything. Okay, before we do anything, we're gonna save it. Because you don't know what's gonna happen. And I'll hang out in the chat while it saves. While it saves for 4 minutes. Right, Ivan? I'm gonna save it, and then we'll make backup copies, and then we'll just darken them up, and I swear to God, we're fucking done. Wait, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not getting into the celebration mode yet. What if my computer gets struck by lightning indoors? I mean, it looks good like that, honestly, but we're gonna make him a little darker. I like his pose. So basically, I took see the reference picture I have. I just took that pose, but I exaggerated the gesture just a little bit. But it's essentially the same pose. Okay, back up, back up, back up. Okay. I always feel so much better after we back up the file. this will probably look a lot better. Oh, he's actually more, it's more blue than that, right? I think that's it right there. Whatever, that'll work. A lot darker than I've been putting for the base colors, but it's all good. Much better. It is acceptable. Also, when we're done, we're gonna go on a tour of the whole drawing. Does anyone want to hang out for the tour? Does anyone want to see a tour of it? Tour slash maybe y'all can proofread it, and if you see something wrong, you could point it out that my zombie eyes can't see. I know I said this like a million times already, but fucking huge thank you to everyone who's been hanging out, keeping me company and supporting this drawing. Let's turn everything on. Oh yeah, that's better. And then we are going with a plain purple background. And I still have to tweak some of the what do you call it? Like the contrast and stuff. Okay. I know we just saved it, but we just did something very crucial. So I'm gonna save it again, and then we'll go on a tour. Oh, why? The pose for what? The dark. The latest one we did, Magician of Black Chaos. Yeah, I like the pose for Magician of Black Chaos. I really like the pose for Dark Paladin. Oh no, what'd you see? You can mention it now, and then I'll just keep it in mind. A dark spot under the green gem on his forehead? Was it the spot black? I intentionally put a spot black in there. In the gem, but we'll take a look at it. And then we'll go on the tour. We'll take a look at it real quick. All right, let's make some backups. Ah, okay. Let's go on a tour. So, you had seen something on, let's lock all these layers. Are you talking about that dark spot? Yeah, there's like a straight line right there, right? Actually, this is a good opportunity to fill in spot black here anyway. Good eye, thank you. Thank you, thank you. That was a good catch. And I needed to fill in all this black area anyway. Okay, proper tour now, let's go. Start on Kaiba's side. So with Possessed Dark Soul, there are some details I'm gonna put, but I'm gonna do that in post. In case you're wondering why he looks flat. I haven't quite decided because he's made of fire, right? So I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do that yet, but it's gonna be quick. So with a lot of these monsters, well, pretty much all of them, I used a combination of reference pictures of the actual card art and their appearance in the anime. And then I just visualized everyone as boxes, and I was able to rotate them in free space and change their perspective. So that's why you're able to see everyone from underneath, because I can just visualize what they look like when I spin them around. Spot blacking is like when you see how, I don't know if I have any characters here. You see how Blue Eyes has like black black lines all over it? There's like an art form to that to make it look appealing, right? And the reason comics like to use that is because if you have a solid black and you have a color next to it, it makes the color really, really pop. But the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that a lot of the monsters are always represented with spot blacks. So to draw certain monsters and not have those blacks, sometimes they look weird. Here's Kaiser Glider. So I'm sure you could tell on this side, everyone is shaded with a cooler color, a blue color. It's basically Obelisk's color. There's a Paladin of White Dragon. I really like how that one came out. The Judge Man with an attack power of 2200. Yeah, I need to do the details on Wall of Illusion as well. That's there are some monsters where I can't like make a layer that works with all the other layers. They have to have like their own individual layer, and it's like too much to organize. So after I merge everything together, I'm gonna make a new layer specifically for some of them, like Possessed Dark Soul and Wall of Illusion, because they need like individual treatment. Did you know the Wicked Worm Beast looked like that? It's fucking disgusting. Slate Warrior, one of my favorite cards. And yeah, I did include the Crush Card Virus in here just because it's like, it's too cool. Oh, XYZ Dragon Cannon. So you see the huge perspective shift I had to do on XYZ. Basically everything from the center line, which is where Yugi and Kaiba are, everything above them, I wanted to do a perspective shift as much as I could, comfortably. So you'll start, these monsters above, on the top, you're gonna be able to start seeing them as if you're looking at them from below. This is Rabid Horseman, by the way. This is the fusion of Mystic Horseman, who's that guy up there, and Battle Locks over here. Even though that's the enraged Battle Locks. Whatever. And yeah, no, I didn't trace anybody, but I didn't trace anything, by the way. Somebody asked that earlier. Hell nah. Cyberjar was all free-handed. You can go to the VOD and watch that if you want. I wouldn't recommend it.
ありがとうございます。なんか最近ね、声も出していいということでね。
Oh yeah, so we have up here I have the Fang of Critias fusions. So Mirror Force Dragon, Tyrant Burst Dragon, Doom Virus Dragon, and Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Now their wings are glowing, so I'm not sure if I'll just leave it like that, because I'm worried if I put like a glowing effect, it might pull too much attention. So I think I'm okay with just leaving their wings like that. Like, who gives a shit? Yeah, so like I explained, once I decided to do the circular lighting, I knew that the god cards had to go up top, because then that would give them that menacing underlighting. Different Dimension Dragon, Luster Dragon. Look at that Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Kaiba had way more monsters than Yugi did. I like how Kaiser Seahorse came out. I don't know why, I just really like how he came out. Alright, we're gonna head over to Yugi's side. Anything left to talk about on Kaiba's side? Not really. Yes. So you can see I shaded Yugi's side with a warm color. Basically, I used Slifer's color to shade them. There's my Sangan that I tried to pet the other day when I was hallucinating. And again, for the 4-star Ladybug of Doom, I wasn't sure what to use because it has glowing green coming out of the stars. I wasn't sure if I should just use like a soft brush or if I should use something like a glowing effect. That's one of those things I have to determine later. There's the battle steer right there that we had to add in. Oh, the Blackland Fire Dragon. This is the first card Yugi plays in the entire series. In the first scene of the first episode, he's sitting at a table teaching Joey how to play Duel Monsters. That's the first card he plays. You have all the Magnet Warriors down here. Well, I have Valkyrian up top. Torek. Who's to the left of Sangan? That's Zomber the Dark. You familiar? Zombire the Dark. He has like 2100 attack. He's a level 4. I forgot what his effect is. He sucks. Whoa. Did I miss? Hold on. Did I miss something here? Yeah, I didn't shade his foot. I would have caught this during the sweep anyway, but may as well take care of it now. Hard light? What? Why does it switch to hard light? There, that's what it's supposed to look like. I don't know what the fuck happened. I knew that looked weird. Oh, see, now I'm paranoid. I have to go double check the layer settings on everybody, on everything. Yeah, I had, like, Celtic Guardian, I had to do his whole body. I was just like, this is one of the best looking cards, and one of his most iconic ones. I was like, he's one of the ones where I'm gonna do my best to not hide any of him behind anyone, so that's why he's up front like that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna up the contrast on them just a little bit, or make the shadows darker. Breaker, who he used to murder Weevil. There's Wadapon, since people were asking about it. Oh yeah, we have Berphomet, Gazelle, and Chimera. So, with Yugi, the dual disc, I actually used the manga version of the mass production Kaiba Corp dual disc, just because I thought it'd be cool. And then the card, the design I used for the back of the card, is actually from I forgot where I got it from, but it's like the original design in believe the manga. Yeah, so there's a Karibo had to be up front. And then all the annoying Karibo brothers. I love how Dark Paladin came out. Like, each one of these could be their own poster, you know? Yo, when I drew each of these chain links individually. Yeah, that color is so much better. Right. So we're moving on over to his ace monster. So like I said, like with Kaiba and the Blue Eyes, those are his ace monsters. So I put in a lot of extra work on their details. So you can see with Dark Magician Girl, obviously there's a lot more details put into them than other characters. Same thing with Red Eyes and Buster Blader. That'll just help pull attention to them a little bit, you know, and this is Meteor Black Dragon, by the way. So in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 movie, Yugi summons the Meteor Black Dragon to defeat Kaiba. Spoilers. Yo, look at that Red Eyes, though. I'm really happy with how Red Eyes came out. I think it slaps. Actually, we can close this now. We don't need this. Design-wise, King's Knight, Queen's Knight, and Jack's Knight are so fucking annoying to draw. I knew it too. Their armor has so much like stuff going on. Hold on. Mirage Knights. I like how my Dark Sage came out. Had to give him old man fingers. Yo, check out Buster Blader though. Ah, really happy with how Buster Blader came out. Again, he could be a poster just by himself. And no, I did not draw Gaia or Curse of Dragons separately because they're just it's the same thing. So I just did the Gaia the Dragon Champion and just kind of saved some time. Ooh, I didn't shade the back part of Slifer's wing up here, so we'll take care of that when I do the sweep. And then Valkyrion and Des Volscap are up here. Same thing with the Eye of Timaeus and Slifer. Also, if you look at his knee. I sneak my name into every one of these big drawings. Normally I don't like to show where it is, but whatever. And yeah, so the two legendary dragons and then the two Egyptian gods are up there. So yeah, all I have to do is some... I don't even think I need to do any color corrections. I just need to mess with the shadows, the shadow intensity for some of the ones in the foreground, some of the ones in the background. You know, man. Well, what do y'all think about that? Oh man, I really fucking appreciate everybody. Like, this is fucking crazy. We did. I mean, I do have to do a little bit of cleanup work, but ultimately it's pretty done now. Like, the hard stuff is done. It's all just about cleaning stuff up now. Oh my god. So it's safe to go tell the wife that it's done. Hang out here with me while we finish this last song, this celebration song. Let me I'm gonna round it up and say it's we're actually gonna round it down, and we're gonna say this was 250 hours in 26 days. We are done, yes. Another thing that I keep in mind is that this is going to be a print, and I sign it. So, in the bottom right-hand side, I always make sure that there's like a bit of negative space, so that you could see my signature, which I sign in black. That's why I put Beta down there, because he's yellow. So that's just another thing I keep in mind. Oh, we fucking did it. It's fucking over. Oh my god. Got a prep anime. What are you talking about? One last big thank you to everyone who lurked, subbed while you were lurking, you know, who bought the pre-orders to this. Don't ask me to do another one until like December, alright? What prep do I have to have? Do I have everything? I haven't prepped anything. Like, I need to do my inventory, I need to send this off for printing, try to expedite it and get it in time. Like, I gotta do all that stuff. So I have logistics work when I get off this stream, but for the next like minute and a half till this song is done. We're just gonna enjoy this. Oh my god. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And make sure that you're working hard, right? Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one.